Would I be surprised if Scottie Barnes became a superstar once again? This year? Oh yeah. Down the line? Maybe not. But I am expecting Scottie Barnes to take a leap this season and get to a new level. And he spoke about in a recent interview what his goals are for the season, especially in the wake of Fred VanVleet leaving. Let's listen in here.
I'm gonna be myself, I'm always a high energy.
By the way, a little piece of comedy coming later on in this video, which just wait till we get there.
Enthusiastic person. Step more into a leader role. Losing Fred was a huge loss, but it just opens up more opportunities for other people, myself, other people on the team.
It's good. It's good to hear. It's good to hear this sort of thing. Understanding the leadership qualities that Fred VanVleet brought to the team. Somebody's got to fill that void. This is exactly the type of role you want Scottie Barnes to step into.
To just be able to grow their game, develop. It's a learning process. So we're all just going to go through this together. We got a whole new coaching staff. They've been bringing a lot of energy.
Starting fresh. Love it. Energy. Vibes. Love it.
It's been great.
So what?
Okay. It's always fun. Why? Why are they touching legs? Why are they sitting so close to each other? Look how big this room is. Look how big this room is. Why are they sitting this close to each other, man? Look how awkward. Look at his face. Oh my, they really, really wanted this over the shoulder shot. I get it. But you could have adjusted, they wanted the perfect over the shoulder Scottie Barnes in this nice blurred background with this building here with the lights here. They wanted that because he's promoting. He's living in this new apartment complex in Toronto, and he's promoting it heavy, and he lives there. That must be what this is for. Anyway, they really wanted this perfect shot. Was this the only way to manufacture this perfect shot with her brushing knees with Scottie Barnes? Bro's 6'9". Give him some damn space. All right, actual quality quotes.
Can you tell the fans to expect for the upcoming season?
I would say expect great things from us. I feel like we're going to do really good this year. Through the highs, through the lows, just bear with us.
Expecting great things from the highs.
We're going to do good things this year.
Spoken like a true Torontonian. Thank you, Scottie.
Thank you.
Okay. It gets awkward because they end the interview and then they just end it and he just awkwardly
Spoken
sits
like
there.
a true Torontonian. Thank you, Scottie.
Thank you.
It's like a cringe Office bit from The Office.
Just going there.
Why are they sitting? Look how big this room is. Look at the vast amount of space. And they sat that fucking close to each other. Okay, let's try to escape this interview that will haunt me now for the it's very intimate indeed. Let's actually focus on the Scottie Barnes side of things and what he was saying. So like I said, the leadership role. I really want Scottie Barnes to emerge as a leadership figure on this team. You want everything to be thrown at Scottie Barnes to see how he handles things. So last year, start of the year, we threw a lot at Scottie Barnes. We threw. I remember this one game against Indiana, start of the season. The Raptors, obviously going to season, fan base, we were expecting a massive leap for Scottie Barnes last season. Didn't really happen, but what we were most kind of hoping for with that big leap to start the season, we were really hoping for Scottie Barnes to turn into a better isolation player, a guy that is starting to creep into superstardom, a guy that's creeping, maybe won't be all-star that year, but down the line, can we get there? And maybe, hey, surprise us and does become an all-star this season. There was one game in particular against the Indiana Pacers at Indiana. I remember so vividly. The Raptors were dealing with injuries, and it was a game look, some top players are out, no Fred VanVleet, no Pascal Siakam, the starting lineup with Barnes at point guard, with Anunoby, Thaddeus Young, Otto Porter, and Gary Trent Jr. It was the perfect game for Scottie Barnes to showcase his talents. Nobody in the way. He goes out and he bosses a game and helps us win. Well, his usage was that of a player that you want us to kind of boss the game, be the leading scorer, be the isolation guy. But I know it's just one game, but in this game in particular, he shot 4 of 16. And then the poor shooting kind of continued to follow. Yeah, there's like big games in there, but ultimately the efficiency for the player dropped a lot. And we kind of threw that big role at him for this game ticket because we had to. But that was kind of like, that was supposed to be, to me, the coming out party for Scottie Barnes. And it just kind of was a bit of a shock to see him not handle it well. And for the rest of the season, he started to play a bit better when he wasn't in that. Or if it was the fourth quarter and he just got super aggressive, high octane, like domination sort of figure. Like, why didn't we didn't see that enough for the first 3 quarters for the season. So can we get Scottie Barnes to come to this season super hungry? Can we get Scottie Barnes to come to the season like knowing what needs to change? I think what needs to change is, I think the conditioning, if you get that up. Because, when Scottie is hungry, when he is aggressive, in close games, in fourth quarters, we saw some amazing performances. Can we get that hunger? And can we have the motor for him to do that for the entire game? And to still be able to produce the high levels on defense as well, because he came into the league as somebody who could turn into like an outstanding defensive player. Haven't really seen that in the league yet. We've seen the amazing flashes of offense, some flashes of defense, but ultimately, I think for Barnes, like the intangibles, we know how good those are. Let's upgrade those even more to those leadership levels. Now, the on-court product, is there a way Scottie Barnes is going to have developed some counters to the way defenses play him? Is he going to have that little bit of extra juice on those 3-point shots that he has to get defended out there? Like, I don't want to see Scottie Barnes getting defended like Russell Westbrook, like Draymond Green, like Ben Simmons, where the guy basically is playing a zone defense against him. He's kind of hovering in the paint. If you drive, he's there. If it gets past somebody else, he's doubling because they're not fearful of Scottie Barnes from a shooting standpoint. Can we get to a point where, hey, he's hitting 33% at least? You can't leave him out there anymore. Can we get a little bit more from Scottie Barnes in the post where he's not inefficient as a post-up player? Can we see a little bit more of Scottie Barnes as the pick-and-roll handler? All of these things, I think, very much like talent-wise, Scottie Barnes has it all. Talent-wise, the sky's the limit. But can we see the hunger and desire to rise up in the absence now of Fred VanVleet, playing with a point guard who's going to maybe suit his game a little bit more in Dennis Schroeder? Can we get that shooting up? Can we get that motor on offense and on defense for 4 quarters? And I think all of these things in some capacity are going to improve. And the fact that Barnes, like, even what we saw last season, look, people talk about Scottie Barnes as like, okay, in the absolute worst case for Scottie Barnes, it was like a flat line sort of season. Sure, there were some metrics where he decreased like quite a bit. And the field goal percentage would drop from 49 to 46. The 3-point percentage would drop from 30 to 28. Points stayed the same. Rebounds dropped, but assists went up. And there were a lot of advanced stuff that suggests his season did slightly improve rather than decrease. But if we can put a lot of these things together, if we can get a coach that suits his game a bit more, a roster that suits his game a bit more, yeah, this is really a year where, I'm not going to get too bold like I did last year in saying, like, I don't think he'll be an all-star, but wouldn't shock me. Not going to go that far this season, but I think, like, for a player of his talent, his caliber, we are very much right to hold the expectation that he is going to be, like, he is going to ascend this year to a new level compared to last season. Is that an all-star appearance? Very likely no. Is that setting himself up for that sort of success in the future? Is that him setting himself up to have the Raptors not worry about giving him a max contract at the end of the season when he becomes extension eligible? Absolutely. That is very much not only a realistic possibility for Scottie Barnes this season to go to 17, 18 points per game, 5-6 assists, maybe even higher, and like 5-6 rebounds on, what can we get? 48% shooting, 33% from 3. That is not even like asking a lot. That is what we really should be expecting of the player. And I think he should hold these expectations as kind of a bar that he needs to hit this season. And hopefully he comes in with that hunger. Hopefully he steps up into that leadership role and really gives the Raptors that sense of direction that, hey, we've been kind of patient and hesitant to make moves. This is why, because we are waiting to see how good this guy can be to confirm that the building plans for the future are going to be around him. So it's an exciting thing to think about, but ultimately, we got to see it in reality as well.